Socrates once said that he is the richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. Could this be true? Is it possible that everyone needs to simply take a step back from their busy lives? There is so much to admire in nature, and many don't take the time to truly embrace it. However, nature is not all peaceful and innocent. In nature exists violence and danger that many can easily fail to recognize in the face of such purity. In the film Into the Wild, Chris McCandless ventures out into Alaska for 100 days. He abandons the constant pressures of society and takes refuge in Alaska. On his trip to Alaska, his views are set in stone.
I'm gonna miss you when you go.
I'll miss you too, Ron. But you're wrong if you think that the joy of life comes principally from human relationships. God's placed it all around us. It's in everything, in anything we can experience. People just need to change the way they look at those things.
It may seem that Chris has found the meaning of life by appreciating what's around him. On a daily basis, many become caught up in rather meaningless tasks. Having a job and being successful is a way that society constantly judges its members. Chris's trip to Alaska facilitates his very escape from the rigid structure that society has created. People are constantly consumed with their technology and their day-to-day agendas that they forget to appreciate the true beauties of life. However, Chris isn't entirely right. Through his isolation, he realizes, and I quote, "Happiness isn't real unless shared." He understands that Ron was correct when caring about his relations with others. Life cannot be enjoyed to its fullest just by appreciating one's surroundings. It is the interactions between beings that makes life so special and unique. Here, we have a random family in a very nice setting that is clearly very happy with their lives. Chris takes his views to such an extreme that he dies alone. His death ultimately leads to his epiphany. In the film Grizzly Man, Timothy Treadwell has similar views to Chris. Timothy has found that he doesn't enjoy the societal customs around him, and therefore he decides to live with the bears. He recognizes nature's potential dangers, but never fully evaluates the repercussions that they may instill. While he states he may be killed, he seems to think that he is invincible, as he speaks of himself as being a warrior and master. He becomes too comfortable around the bears. Timothy is amazed by the power of the bears, but is never frightened, even in the slightest.
Well, here I am at the scene of the fight. It looks as if tractors tore the land up, raked it, rototilled it, tossed it about. There's fur everywhere.
You will win. You will win. Even the bears will believe that you are more powerful. And in a sense, you must be more powerful if you are to survive in this land with the bear. No one knew that. No one ever friggin' knew that there are times when my life is on the precipice of death and that these bears can bite, they can kill, and if I am weak, I go down. I love them with all my heart. I will protect them. I will die for them, but I will not die at their claws and paws. I will fight. I will be strong. I'll be one of them. I will be the master.
On October 5th, 2003, Timothy Treadwell died due to his extreme views. Annie Dillard is the author of Living Like Weasels. She coexists with nature, however not to an extreme. She states, "The sun had just set. I was relaxed on a tree trunk, ensconced in the lap of lichen, watching the lily pads at my feet tremble and part dreamily over the thrusting path of carp." Annie has a clear appreciation for nature. She has a simple interaction with a weasel. She said it was as if two lovers or enemies met unexpectedly. She understands that the weasel lives in necessity and that we live in choice. She spends time in nature to forget the life around her. However, she doesn't make the fatal mistake of fully immersing herself in nature. Overall, nature is very beautiful and should be appreciated, but there is a balance between appreciation and obsession. This balance paints the lines between life and death, between happiness and sorrow.